Dara O'Sullivan heading towards goal. Lovely little check, shot on goal for Dara O'Sullivan.
Oh, is he going to go for it lowly? He's being chased by Matthew. He's going low, and he's got a great goal!
Don't be looking away, Virginia.
Team is as follows. Number 1,
Coachford team. Egon O'Reevig is sitting right here.
Number 2, Dylan Manning.
At number 2, Dylan Manning.
Number 3, Jack Crowley.
3 is Jack Crowley.
Number 4, Alan Hogan.
Wearing number 4 is Alan Hogan.
Number 5, Eamon Murphy.
Number 5 is Eamon Murphy.
Number 6, Aidan Barry Murphy.
And our vice captain is Aidan Barry Murphy.
Number 7 is Captain John Crowley.
Number 7 is our captain John Crowley.
Number 8, Daniel Wilson.
Wearing number 8 is Daniel Wilson.
Number 9, Dylan Merrick.
Number 9 is Dylan Merrick.
Number 10, David O'Connell.
Number 2, number 10, David O'Connell. And wearing number 11 is Patrick Sheehan. Number 12 are subs, starting with Owen Herlihy. Number 13, Richard Byrne. Wearing 14, Sean O'Hallahan. 15, Kieran O'Driscoll.
16, Brian McSweeney.
16 is Brian McSweeney.
17, Aidan O'Shaughnessy.
17, Aidan O'Shaughnessy.
18, Bossy Olivier.
18 is Bossy Olivier.
19, Colin Crowley.
Number 19, Colin Crowley.
Number 20, Roy McSweeney.
At wearing 20 is Roy McSweeney. James Lynch wearing 21.
22,
David Deneen wearing number 22.
23,
And number 23, Neil McSweeney.
14, Tim Hurley.
Number 24, Tim Herlihy. And number 25, John Carr Kelleher.
Darren Dennehy.
Number 26 is Darren Dennehy.
Angus Edwards.
And number 27, Angus Edwards.
Canovee boys as follows.
Sorry.
Number 1, Kieran Buckley.
Hal Kelleher was the player wearing number 25. And Canovee number 1, Kieran Buckley. Number 2, Paul Toomey. Aidan Moynihan is number 3. Colin Murphy wears number 4. Stephen Kelleher, number 5. John Buckley, number 6. And his namesake, but not his brother, Liam Kelleher. Daniel O'Sullivan is wearing number 8. James Moynihan is wearing number 9. And 10, Owen Kinsella. Michael O'Sullivan is number 11. And number 12, Colin O'Riordan. 13, James O'Sullivan. And Kevin O'Sullivan and Michael O'Sullivan are brothers. 15 is Blake Ring. Aidan Murphy is wearing 16. Shane O'Riordan is wearing 17. Cian O'Callaghan, who is sick today, would have been wearing 18. Michael Dunn, number 19. Connor Fleming wearing 20. And Thomas Cullen wearing number 21. And that completes both panels. And again, the opposing team, showing the true spirit of Scoil, where everything is done on a voluntary basis, from the teachers and principals at school coaching them to the actual hosting of the finals themselves, all done on a voluntary basis with the support of our sponsors, Allianz. So our referee for today is let me see, Damien Keane. My eyesight is failing. Damien Keane, and referee with an awful lot of experience at this stage, is having the pleasure of refereeing this match. It's going to be a very passionate game, I'd imagine, today, because these schools, not only are they in the same area of Musgrave, they would both also be almost neighbours. Damien is getting ready now to start the match. This is an 11-a-side game, 15 minutes if I'm correct. So Damien's thrown the ball in and we're off. First to collect the ball is Coachford anyway. The tussle midfield, and a free in the opening seconds of the match has been won there by Coachford. Unfortunately, the ball was kicked right into the hands of number 5, Stephen Kelleher. Stephen getting the ball as far as his teammate. Very hard to see with the numbers. Number 9, I think, was James Moynihan, and we've Daniel O'Sullivan bearing in on goal. But first to collect the ball there is the Coachford defender. He's doing very well to get the ball out, kicking the ball on the outside of his foot there, but unfortunately the pass didn't get as far as his own teammate. But a very brave dive there on John Buckley's foot there to block the ball. John is kicking a very deep ball in. I think it's John anyway. An awful lot of bodies underneath the ball. And collecting the ball now is the same Coachford defender who collected the ball the first time. I think it's number 6, Aidan Barry Murphy, our vice captain. Aidan's getting the ball out to the wing, at least is away from danger for the time being. But Canovee are still going to put more pressure again on the Coachford defence. So we have Liam Kelleher getting the ball in, but Liam's kick was blocked. And eventually Coachford get the ball out from the defence, but only again as far as the waiting midfielders for Canovee. Here we have number 5, Stephen Kelleher, kicking the ball in, getting as far as number 9, James Moyne. James Moyne kicking the ball in, but it's been blocked here by Jack Crowley. Jack Crowley's kicking the ball out as far as the waiting number 7, Liam Kelleher. Liam Kelleher has been challenged here by Patrick Sheehan. Patrick's managing to get the better of Liam, and Liam's robbed the ball back again. So here we have Dylan Merrick coming in to help his player. But single-handedly on his own, we have the Canovee defender there getting the ball out. Beautifully placed pass altogether to number 6, John Buckley. John was tackled very high there, but he still managed to get the ball to Michael O'Sullivan, who steadies himself up beautifully. and with less than 2 minutes of play has opened the account for Canovee. Micheál O'Sullivan scored a beautiful point there, again made though by the gutsy player, the gutsy play of his teammate who withstood the tackle to get the pass in. A good score always comes from an intelligent pass, and that's exactly what this score came from. The credit still goes to Michael O'Sullivan for opening the account for Canovee. Now here we have our goalkeeper, Eoghan O'Leary. Eoghan's teeing himself up to kick the ball out, getting the ball as far as number 6, Aidan Barry Murphy. Aidan kicked the ball high and long up to Patrick Sheehan. Patrick's trying to compete now with Liam Keller. Liam Keller got down for it. Brave block there by number 7, John Crowley, our captain. Captain Lionheart, I'd say when we call him now after that kind of a block. Number 4, Ellen Hogan got the ball out, but a Canovee defender under the ball, high deep ball, but only as far as the waiting defender here. Number 5, I think, Eamon Murphy. Eamon Murphy kicking the ball up now. It's going very fast, very pacey kick. Unfortunately, it's gone over the sideline, so it will be a sideline ball now for Canovee. And I think Stephen Keller will be teeing himself up to kick.
Christy, could you ask those young fellas to sit down there? The 3 young fellas with the hat.
Stephen Keller has the ball. He's waiting now for his teammate to tie his lace. Now, very interesting again, this Musgrave. It's a Musgrave derby, really. So Musgrave's going to come out winners today, regardless of who wins this tie. There's a lot of history between these two schools and an awful lot of Scoil titles as well. Fantastic fielding there by number 6, Aidan Barry Murphy. Aidan's kicking the ball in, into space now. David O'Connell didn't get there first. Very, very good reading of the game there by the Canovee defender there to get the ball first. Now it's broken off a Canovee player, I think, and it's going to Coachford. Now the fullback did very well there for Canovee to collect that ball, because really it would have been a score if he hadn't gotten there first. So here we have Aidan kicking the ball again, and blocked there by number 5, Eamon Murphy. Eamon Murphy's kicking the ball out as far as our number 8, Daniel O'Sullivan for Canovee. Third Canovee pass into space, into the 4th one, the full forward. Michael O'Sullivan's come out very deep to get that ball, and it's going as far as Eamon Murphy for Coachford. Eamon's kicking the ball out into space, but who's going to get there first? It's carrying over the line, another pacey kick, and Canovee can set themselves up now for this sideline kick. Now, John Buckley's kicking the ball to his teammate. Carrying a fairly heavy knee bandage now is Daniel O'Sullivan. So, but it isn't affecting Daniel's play today, I'm sure, anyway. So there we have number 6, John Buckley, electing to kick the ball in to the left wing, but perhaps if he had gone more into the square or towards the other wing, they might have gotten a score from it, or at least a shot at goal. But anyway, Canovee aren't going to give up yet, and they're not going to worry about that, because it's a high, deep lobbing ball, beautifully collected there by the Coachford defender, out as far as number 6, Aidan Barry Murphy. So that was Dylan Manning, I assume, kicking the ball to Aidan Barry Murphy. After Aidan got the ball then to Dylan Merrick, Dylan fisted the ball, but it's caught there by John Buckley. John kicking the ball, I think, to Liam Keller. Liam Keller is sprinting with his teammate, Olin Kinsella. And Olin's elected to leave it to Liam. Liam is after rounding his player, he's after narrowing the angle, coming into space, taking on a second player, collecting the ball again. Will he go for a score, or will he kick it in? He's opted for his score, and it's gone over the bar. A point for Olin Kinsella. Great individual score there. He rounded a couple of players before deciding to go for his own score. Ball's kicked out very quickly there by Eoghan. Eoghan again coming to a Canovee player, but it blocked again by number 3, Jack Crowley. Jack Crowley's running after the ball, collecting his own clearance, and being tackled there by, it could be David O'Connell or Patrick Sheehan, I'm not sure which now, but kicking the ball in. A high lobbing ball, but which poses no problem at all to Dylan Manning. And Dylan clears the ball out the wing. Now, Coachford still on the attack there. And a lucky bounce there for David O'Connell, but unfortunately he wasn't able to capitalise on it. Here we have the Canovee defenders kicking the ball out to Daniel O'Sullivan. Daniel's rounding his player. He's still going, but not for very long because he's being marked very tightly by Eamon Murphy. Now going to number 7, Liam Keller. Liam Keller kicking the ball in, going to the right. It's holding, but the Coachford defence anyway are holding firm, and the ball has gone to the left and wide. Now Aegon is getting ready to kick another ball out. It's a reflection of the amount of kick-outs that Aegon has had that Canovee seem to be making mostly inroads in the forward line. They seem putting more pressure on Coachford than Coachford are. So it's Canovee's moment for a time of dominance. And let's hope they might get another score from it, because if not, I'm sure Coachford will come back anyway. So here we have Coachford's Alan Hogan shepherding and tackling his player, being supported by Eamon Murphy, who gets the clearance out. Patrick Sheen is coming out to meet the ball, and it's a Coachford ball up. So Coachford have their time now to put a bit of pressure on the Canovee defence. So here we have Patrick Sheen, I think, kicking the ball up into space. Met there. Oh, and a lucky break there for Coachford. Now they're coming forward, looks dangerous, looks very dangerous. And it could be a score now coming next by our number 7, John Crowley, but blocked by the Canovee. Oh, very brave by John Crowley, but gone over the line. Now that was purely accidental. It was John diving on the ball trying to block it, so I hope both players are okay. Full credit due to the Canovee defender who managed to deny John of what was almost a certain score. Very exciting match here today now, so far. 2 points to Canovee, not huge scores considering it's 15 minutes a half and we're gone past half time. So, but it's very keenly contest, which makes it a wonderful, interesting spectacle to behold here today. So there's an awful lot to play for. Very difficult to say now who is going to come out on top, because Coachford are enjoying a period of dominance when Canovee seem to be on top from the throne. Yeah. So both injured parties seem to be up again and fully recovered. So it's a kick out there by Canovee into space. Ball is collected here now by number 8, Daniel O'Sullivan. Daniel's taking the ball up to his number 7, Liam Keller. Liam Keller's being very closely marked there by Alan Hogan. And Liam gotten the ball high, lobbing ball in, but no, it's okay. The Coachford defenders seem to have it under control. Unfortunately there for number 5, Eamon Murphy, he was fouled, he was pushed on the back as he went to collect the ball. And Eamon has his free kick out to his players. The tussle there for the ball. Now we have number 5, Stephen Keller getting the ball. Stephen managing to get around his marker, Daniel Wilson. And here we have Daniel Sullivan kicking the ball in across the goal mouth, but very well intercepted there by Aidan Moynihan for Coachford. Now we have our number 6, John Buckley, after kicking the ball in. As far as I think it's our number 8, Daniel O'Sullivan, if I'm right. Difficult to read the numbers with the stripes, so I'm waiting to see. But regardless of who scored, he should be proud of his effort anyway. It was a fantastic point. Now here we have Coachford not saying die, not lined out. John Crowley, our captain, taking the match to Canovee. Being fouled, being held back there, but he's kicking the ball in. Unfortunately, didn't get to one of his forwards, which is a shame for John. But it won't worry John, because he has his defenders behind him anyway to block the ball. Brave, gutsy Eamon Murphy after blocking the ball there. Aidan Barry Murphy helping. Aidan is soloing, trying to eat into the ground here, into the Canovee defence. Kicking a high, dangerous ball. Blocked here now by Kieran Buckley, but a goal for Coachford. Really, Aidan Barry Murphy's carrying of the ball practically about 30 yards now made a huge difference there. But if I'm right, it's Daniel Wilson who got the goal. A goal for Daniel Wilson, a goal for Coachford, and Coachford have opened up the score. So now, with nearly 12 minutes gone and 3 minutes left, we have a scoreline of a goal for Coachford, 3 points for Canovee, so it's neck and neck. And here we have our captain, John Crowley, bursting through defence. Oh, but brave Kieran Buckley got right down on it, and he's not going to give the ball up. Now, Kieran, unfortunately, was being fouled as he was coming out, and so he gets his free, bravely earned, may I add, and it goes out to Aidan Moynihan. Aidan Moynihan's kicking the ball out, but met there by a Coachford defender, Aidan Barry Murphy. And Aidan now, or is Aidan midfield, I think. Aidan now is going to kick the ball in to his forward line. Aidan's kicked the ball, I'm afraid, too hard, too strong, with no direction, so it goes to David O'Connell. But that's not to take away from Aidan's general play, which has been like very strong, very forceful, great commitment around midfield for Coachford. And Aidan had a big part to play in that goal that was scored earlier on. So Aidan is coming out to meet the ball again with his marker Liam Kelleher. It's a very interesting tussle between Aidan and Liam Kelleher. Both players, lovely footballers, great physique, strength and determination. So I'm going to really look forward to the rest of this match to see how those two get on. Now, a breaking ball going to Canovee. Unfortunately for Michael O'Sullivan, he was pushed as he kicked the ball. But I think Dylan Manning has just been committed and wholehearted in his general overall play. A lot of pushing and argy-bargy has to be excused in a match like this, because really none of these players have any other intention except just to get to the ball. And if you're a little bit wholehearted or committed, we can't blame them for that. So here we have now a tussle between number 11, number 11 for Coachford, Patrick Sheehan, with our number 2, Paul Toomey. Paul is trying to get the better, but I think Patrick's going to get a second bite of the cherry. He's kicking the ball across the field, getting to his forwards. Ball, beautiful lucky bounce there for Coachford. Lovely footwork here, lovely skill here by John Crown. John, unfortunately, was falling as he kicked that ball, and it went to the left and wide. Before this match is out, I'm sure John is going to have a score here, because he's very eager to get that goal any chance he gets. Now he's trying to shake off the injury he got there when he fell. So we have Kieran Buckley kicking out the ball for Canovee. Very, very clever kick out as far as Liam Kelleher. Liam is going to get support from his own teammate. Lovely 1-2 there between the two players. Liam is after, thanks to his defender, Liam's after getting a bit of space. He's after eating up the ground. Going as far as our number 5, Stephen Kelleher. Or number 8, sorry. Number 8, Daniel Huff. Daniel keeps going, he's going. And it's a fantastic goal. Now, it's interesting to see that this is Daniel's second score today. He got a point as well to open his account, and he's got a goal and a point now to match the Coachford goal on the other end. So it's now a goal to Coachford, a goal and 3 points to Canovee. And another, Canovee now are enjoying their period of dominance. A very clever fisted pass overhead, going to Daniel O'Sullivan again. Daniel is like a little ballerina there, dancing from one foot to the other. Getting it across the goal mouth, well done. Unfortunately for Michael O'Sullivan, he was fouled as he was kicking, lost his balance and kicked to the right and wide. But he's deserved a free for his efforts. And the angle, I must be honest and say, is a lot better than it would have been when he was kicking first day. So I'm very hopeful now for a score here for Canovee, considering the ability of our kicker, Liam Kelleher. So Liam is teeing himself up, getting himself ready, getting ready to kick the ball over the bar. Point for Liam. A free taker is very important for teams, whether it's hurling or football, because frees can come at crucial times, crucial moments, and it's very important. And especially now, the dying minutes of the first half, seconds rather, and Liam got the score. So at half time, it's a goal to Coachford and a goal and 4 points to Canovee. So it's all to play for in the second half of this very entertaining Ryan dual football, Iver a Catter match between Coachford and Canovee. now for the second half of this dual football, which means both girls and boys play in the competition, between Canovee and Coachford. So we've Damien Keane starting off the second half now, and Coachford getting right stuck into it, knowing now that they have a 4-point deficit they have to make up. So Patrick Steen tried to get a cute pass in, which was well read there by the Canovee defender. Kicking the ball up, but first the ball now was the Coachford player of John Crowley. And John, I think, has earned himself a free. No, it's a throw ball. The referee at all times wants to be fair to both sides. So we have our tall Aidan Barry Murphy being tackled there by the brave Stephen Kelleher now after winning the ball off him. And the ball being cleared by the defence. But first is Jack Crowley. Jack kicking the ball in, and two Canovee defenders, but Patrick Sheehan's getting the ball now. Patrick, I'd say, is going to, but he was beaten there by Paul Toomey. Paul Toomey now, the ball went as far as Daniel Sullivan. The ball is going into space, and going to collect the ball is our sub, Bossy Oliver, or Olivier, I'm sorry if I have the surname wrong. And Bossy and his players getting the ball as far as our player for Coachford, who managed to kick the ball out over the sideline. That I can't hear with those two. They're shouting and roaring. Now here we have for Liam Kelleher for Canovee kicking the ball in, and the ball's being collected here by number 8, Daniel. I think it's Daniel Sullivan. Oh, number 9, sorry, James Moylan, but the ball is coming cleared out now by Aidan Barry Murphy. Breaking between Alan Hogan and his marker here. Alan kicks the ball in, getting here as far as the Coachford forward, Patrick Sheehan. Patrick kicking the ball in. And number 8 then, we have Daniel Wilson, but no, first the ball is the Canovee player, Paul Toomey. Paul kicking the ball, a high testing ball up into the air as far as our number 7, Liam Keller. Liam Keller getting the ball. Liam is rounding, being marked closely by Jack Crowley. Jack Crowley is still shadowing Liam, but Liam's getting away. Liam has got a bit of distance between them. Liam's kicking the ball out into space, out to Michael O'Sullivan. Very, very well judged there, passing the ball back to Daniel O'Sullivan. Daniel kicking over the bar. A fantastic point by Daniel. If my tally is right now, if my memory serves me right, I think Daniel scored a goal and 2 points for Canovee. So now we have a goal and 5 points, 5 kicks of the ball between Canovee and Coachford, who have now a goal. And yeah, Jack Crowley kicking the ball out, very well placed there out to Eamon Murphy. Lovely collection there by Eamon Murphy. Eamon trying to get around his mark, he's getting around, carrying the ball, covering up the ground, eating up the ground. He's going to keep going. He's going out the wing, kicking the ball in deep and hard. Ball has gone over, hopping, but no, first the ball was Paul Toomey. Paul kicking the ball out to Daniel O'Sullivan. There's Daniel soloing. Daniel getting around his player. He's kicking the ball out to Liam Keller. Liam's there. He's teasing, tantalising his player. Liam's gotten round one there. He's keeping going. I'd say he's going to go for his own score, and a 40 to the left and wide. Liam, I'd say, covered between 20 and 30 yards there, and if not more, with that solo run. It was hard looking him not to get the score. But anyway, Egon's kicking out the ball. Liam's getting to it again. A second chance for Liam. And I think he's kicking the ball very high. Ball was kicked from further out this time, and Liam got his score. So Liam would be delighted with that individual point there by himself. So now Canovee are a goal and 6 points to Coachford's 1 goal with just over 4 minutes to play gone. So a lot of scores now, 2 points for Canovee in this half, and they still have the ball, and they're still bearing down on goal. Oh, that was hard luck there. And that forward, hard luck, because he really was so close, hitting the crossbar there. It doesn't matter when the ball is coming again to Liam Kelleher. But coming out to meet Liam is number 9, Dylan Merrick, which wasn't enough to deny Liam his 3rd point. Now, Egon is kicking the ball up quickly, trying to catch Canovee unawares, but no, Canovee are first to the ball again, getting the ball, kicking the ball in is Daniel. Daniel's getting into space, hopping dangerously, and hopping over the goal crossbar, over the crossbar there for another point. There was nothing the goalie could do about that one, really. Now Egon is kicking it out again. Oh, lovely fielding there, almost caught by the Coachford midfielder. Going out the left wing there, out as far as on number 18, Bossy Olivier. And unfortunately for Aidan, it bounced awkwardly and he just got caught in the bounce. But standing firm behind him is Jack Crowley, who's playing some lovely football. Look at that fantastic pass there by Jack. Opening up the Canovee defence there for John. John has to keep going. There's no option now. He just has to keep going. He's got two in front of him. He's going to keep going. Look, he's going. It has to be goal. Goal written all over it. And it's a goal for Coachford. It was a fantastic individual display there by John Crowley, just magnificent. But like with the support of the other two players, really he knew that he was in very safe hands there. But a very good pass now by I think it was Bossy Olivier, to get the ball right into the hands of the player to open up the defence. Unfortunately for the Canovee player now injured there, but being tempted by his teacher, so I'm sure he'll be better soon. So here we have Canovee with a kick out following that majestic goal by John Crowley. The interesting thing about this match is that both midfielders, if I'm right, have scored a goal each. So the forward line for Coachford yet to score a goal. And hopefully with that goal now it will inspire the four forwards of Daniel Wilson, Dylan Merrick, David O'Connell and Patrick Sheehan to start scoring. Now the referee is going to make a decision now whether it was a Canovee ball or a Coachford ball. It was a Coachford free, actually, not a sideline ball. So Coachford have the ball there, but it went to a very gutsy defender, Stephen Calder, who managed to clear his lines, get them out. It's a very passionate game today between two neighbouring schools, and Jack Crowley has managed to keep Coachford flag flying. Again now he earned a free, and if you could only be here behind me listening to the passion from the supporters, I think the supporters are more passionate than the players on the field. Everyone is being his own referee and making judgments and comments here, but as you can see on the field, it's a very clean sporting game and just a feast of football, and there's great pleasure to be had from these two wholehearted and spirited teams. John Crowley, our captain and goal scorer, getting the ball to Aidan Barry Murphy. Aidan's trying to kick the ball in. Unfortunately, it's gone to the right and wide for Aidan. So that gives Kieran Buckley an opportunity to pass the ball to Paul Toomey. Paul Toomey is being selected to take all the kick-outs today because of the quality of his delivery, not only the distance of his kicks. And he's covering a lot of ground there at that big kick, almost to midfield now, win it top there. But Aidan Barry Murphy is first to the ball, if I'm correct. No, it's number 9, sorry. And Dylan Merrick is first to the ball here, but it's going to number 4, Alan Hogan. But Alan Hogan is dispossessed there, and a big kick by Liam Kelleher. Oh, fantastic, almost caught there by Olin Kinsella. Robbed there was James Moylan by the Coachford player, Jack Crowley. But Jack unfortunately fouled the player, so it's another chance there for Canovee. Now, it's Canovee's time now to make this count. Kick in by John Buckley. John's kick. Oh, very dangerous ball out. Comes to his Egon. Egon kicking, lobbing, testing ball. Defenders get under it. Eamon Murphy, very important to get under that ball. And Eamon Murphy did. Coming out to Liam Keller. Liam is always dangerous. But it can be collected there by Eamon Murphy again. Eamon, now that the two very important clearances there for Coachford. And here we have number 2 there, Paul Toomey, kicking the ball down again as far as Eamon Murphy again and his partner. Now the Canovee player's gotten the ball. He's out in the wing, he's round, he's got a big kick in, that's a dangerous ball, very dangerous now, could go anywhere to anyone. We've Bossy Olivier getting to the ball first. Oh, here we are, this looks dangerous. And a fantastic point there. I must look for the jersey and the number, by number 5 if I'm right. I think it's Stephen Kelleher, number 5. Fantastic point there for Canovee. Keeping that little bit further ahead from Coachford all the time. Sure, exhibition football here by Canovee. So now it's 1 goal and 10 points to 2 goals to Coachford. There's a big difference now, 13 points in total to Canovee with 6 points in Coachford. Again, 7 points, 2 goals, a goal even a couple of kicks to the ball and make a big difference. Now that one's gone to the right and wide. Interesting enough, Canovee have had a lot of wides now. Despite all their scores, they've had quite a lot of wides, so you can imagine what the scoreline would be if they had managed to put more balls over rather than wide. But that makes no difference the moment they're still ahead. And there we have Egon kicking up the ball, passed on to Aidan Barry Murphy. Aidan, high ball, hopping ball, teasing ball. Very well judged by Paul Toomey. Paul got there, judged the play, steadied himself. Oh, inch perfect to our point scorer here. Oh, dangerous here, number 11, Michael O'Sullivan. And I think it's there. Oh, he's going to be kicking himself. But like all good players, he'll pick himself up now and carry on. There'll be another chance. It's like the car parking space, there'll always be another chance at goal. Here we have now number 6, John Buckley, coming for the ball. John has it. Twisting right, twisting left, getting it over the bar. A lovely point for John. Now he deserved that point because he's worked very hard at midfield there for Canovee today, both himself and Liam Kelleher. Now kick out again by Aidan, a very busy boy today, a very busy man altogether. Aidan Barry Murphy now is not content to sit back now. He's going to try and take the match to Canovee. He's making an awful lot of ground. He's burst, he's gone from half back line right into the full forward line this stage. And he's being pushed and pulled and tackled, and he still has the ball. And he's laid it off beautifully to John Cole. John now is going. John is trying to get around him. Now he's finding someone. He's being passed. Very intelligent pass now. The options going now to Aidan Barry Murphy. Oh, brave block there. That was very important now there by our Canovee player, Stephen Kelleher. Stephen kicking the ball out there. He's got 2 players going for the ball. And unfortunately for Jack Crowley, he did the right thing. He collected the ball but just slid over the line. Now going to the Canovee player. Number 10, Olin Kinsella. Olin getting the ball to his number 6, John Buckley. John has been fouled, free up. No, it's number 5, I'm sorry, Stephen Keller. Stephen crossfield passing, very intelligent altogether, changing the direction of the play. Daniel O'Sullivan teeing himself up, big kick. I think that man can do no wrong today. He's certainly done himself, his family and his school proud today. Really fantastic single tally, if I'm right there, for goal and 4 points. And look here, another player, Daniel's coming again. You know, so at this stage now we have a goal and 12 points for Canovee. 12 points, big scoring, very few of them from frees as well, most of them from clay, reflecting the ideal conditions had here today in Porky Ring against Coachford's 2 goals. And oh, a goal, another goal, and I wasn't paying attention to who got that score, but regardless, very, very good ball. And I won't say that look had a part to play, and I'll say it's a sheer class, because that ball lobbed right over the keeper's head into the net. So now we have it, 2 goals and 12 points to 2 goals. 12 points between them, which is a lot of points and a lot of goals. And here we have now Liam Kelleher still going ahead. He's not content now with 12 points at all. He wants 13. We're up to 13. With 14 minutes to play, we're nearly at full time. I have to be honest and realistic and say that it looks very unlikely that Coachford can come back from this. Because really, like, they'd have to be closer at this stage if they're going to make any difference. And here's another point again by Daniel O'Sullivan. So it's 15, it's a 14 or 15 points at this stage scored by Canovee. So I feel the match is well and truly over, but Coachford are playing for their pride. And they will not say die. They're going to play for their pride. They're still competing, they're still harassing, they're still following the ball. And that's a reflection of a team with great pride in themselves and in their craft. Congratulations to Canovee. It was really a one-man show towards the end of the match, but that's not to say that Coachford didn't make it not only a very entertaining first half, but a very entertaining match all round. And there was great sportsmanship had between the 2 teams when there was intense rivalry, not only between the schools, but between the 2 parishes as well, neighbouring parishes and all that. So those lads, both teams should hold their heads up high for what was a very entertaining and enjoyable match.
On congratulations to boys from Canovee, and now let me call on John Buckley, captain of the Canovee team.
Yes, keep the sheet and then give the sheet as well. Go to the lad, keep the lad. Give the second.
Hold it up again.
Come on.
Not too many.